GHBTV. Ah. What's going on? Gather all around. We're gonna break down Benavidez. I'm sorry, David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. This is another fight I like. I think this might be my second favorite fight on the card. But then again, we never know because this is a stacked card, and any fight on this card, main card, could be the fight of the night. But right now, we getting ready to talk about David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. Appreciate the love and support. Thanks for tapping in. I'm going to take my time. Dungy, what's up, family? Dev Hall in the building. Yon XL, Tago. Let me see. My dog Two Cents is in the building. Bang is in the building. Stop playing. Kevin House, what up? Q Hicks. We in the building, man. We getting it popping. Bolo is here. What's popping? Sinclair was popping. Jacob, what up? C2 teed up. What up? Drink more water. That's for sure. What up? Jalen Carter, what up? Ron Goodall. Ed Grant was popping. Blind Faith was popping. Philomen. We're going to break down David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. This is just my opinion from my brain, from my eyes to the people. This is not to be taken as law. If you see it as law, I appreciate the love and support. If not, I still appreciate the love and support. You heard what my man 2 Cents said. GHB TV is a gang and a record label. Real shit. And I don't even want to be shook. I want to be like Nate Dogg or somebody. Fall back, get my money, and be a legend. You feel me? I can't be shook. I'm nothing like shook. But we something like them when they was on you know what I'm saying? Dev Hall, appreciate the love and support. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, David Benavidez, Anthony Yarde. When I first heard about this fight, I said this is proper boxing. Proper boxing because Anthony Yarde is a full-blown light heavyweight. Now, I feel like David Benavidez, he did enter the division on a proper note, fighting Gvozdyk. Now, Gvozdyk was off for some time, but he is elite at 175 pounds. He is elite. Can't take nothing from me. Did David Benavidez look like the monster of 168? No, he did not. Did he clearly win the fight? Yes, he did. But Gvozdyk showed that, listen, young man, you still got some work to do. Did Benavidez get the win? Hell yeah, but got some work to do. Now, in his second fight, he faced David Morrell, who was looked at to be his equal at 168 pounds. Interesting enough, everybody thought they would fight at 168 when they ended up matching up at 175. I thought that was also sturdy by both fighters. David Benavidez didn't have to take that fight, and David Morrell didn't have to take that fight, but they did. They pleased the people on that one. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So, just seeing how that unfolded, let me know David Benavidez definitely has another gear. If we thought it was 4, it's really 5. If we thought it was 5, it's really 6. David Benavidez is not afraid to step on the gas. I like that. Anthony Yarde, on the other hand, big guy, muscular guy, been in with some of the monsters of the division. Only 3 losses. But what I don't like is with the 3 losses, he's been stopped each time. I think that means something. Some people say, oh, nah, but the guy punches really hard. He does. But listen, everybody at 175 is punching. We talking about the Giants. This is the beginning of the Giants. You know what I mean? Really, it's 68 is where the Giants begin. It's when you start getting really big guys working themselves down to 168 pounds, 175 pounds. Natural heavyweights, though. Walking around, you see one of these guys in person, they could definitely be 210 pounds. Easy. We talking about 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guys. These are giants. I love this fight because it looks to me, with this route that David Benavidez is taking, it looks to me that he's trying to be really the number 1 guy at 75, and he's taking the proper steps. Because for this to be a new weight class for him, for this to be his 3rd fight at this weight class, you know what I mean? He jumping right in the water. And I like what he's doing. I love the Yarde fight because Yarde, I feel like, is going to make Benavidez pace himself a little. A little meaning we still going to see Benavidez do his thing, meaning let his hands go. But I think we're going to see him be a little bit more skillful in this fight. I think Benavidez is looking to be explosive like he always is. I think he's looking to give us the punch count that he always give. But I think he's also looking to show his skill set. I know for a fact that Anthony Yarde prides himself on his skill set and his athleticism. And with his type of power combined with the athleticism, he could hurt David Benavidez. For sure. He could hurt David Benavidez. You know what I mean? But I honestly think David Benavidez is going to force the kind of fight out of Anthony Yarde that's opposite of what he likes to do. Anthony Yarde likes to set up his punches. He likes to work behind his jab, and he's more of a rhythm fighter where he wants to feel that you're slowing down. He wants to feel that you're lacking at defense, and you won't be able to get away from his shots. And here's a PowerPoint for Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde is going to have to get to David Benavidez's body. If he doesn't get to that body early and slow David Benavidez down, he's going to have big trouble. He's going to have big trouble. David Benavidez has very fast hands. I think they probably around the same height. David Benavidez punches come off a little bit more fluent than the Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde is very stocky in the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in order for him to land that perfect punch, you kind of got to be standing right there waiting on a perfect punch. You know what I'm saying? And I can see Anthony Yarde with that build, he's going to have to warm up. It's going to take him some rounds to warm up. But by that point, it'll be feeling like he's getting jumped. The reason it'll feel like he's getting jumped is because Benavidez is nonstop pressure. And he's not known for just throwing 1 or 2 punches. He'll maybe throw 1 or 2 just to find you. But once he find you, you get in combinations. And I don't believe that Anthony Yarde is ready to fight at that type of pace. I'm sorry. I don't believe that Anthony Yarde is ready to fight at that type of pace where it's almost amateur like the speed of it, but it's the pros and you in there with a solid pro. So he's definitely sitting down on his punches. He's definitely sitting down on his punches. Anthony Yarde jab can't be a regular jab. It got to have some type of speed on it, some length on it, and he's got to be making sure he's moving his head even after he jab. You can't at any point take a break when you're in front of a David Benavidez because that's what he's looking for. He's looking for you to slow down. David Benavidez is a predator. And even though he hasn't been looked at as a full-blown heavyweight, I think he's really settling in to the light heavyweight division really well. His legs at the media day workout that posted today look very solid. His upper body really fluent, really quick, really crispy. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but that's what I see from Benavidez. Yarde, I see the strength, power, I see the athleticism. But if he isn't able to warm up early enough in the fight, or should I say in the locker room, if he isn't warmed up enough to where he could come out in the first round, second round, third round, and trade with David Benavidez, but be defensive at the same time, he's going to feel like he's getting jumped. I promise. David Benavidez, no. This is a legacy fight. This is the beginning of a legacy type career. He didn't really get the names at 68. He got some good names. I'm not going to say he didn't get the names. He got some good names at 68. But these names at 75 are looking good. The Gvozdyk fight, the Morrell fight, and now you got Anthony Yarde. It's only up from here. Up is Bivol, Better BF, guys like that. So, Benavidez, no. I feel like just the vibe I got from seeing him, I feel like this is one of his best camps. But don't get it fucked up. I feel like this was also Anthony Yarde's one of his best camps because he knows he's in there with an animal. He knows he's in there with an animal. I don't think it's no question. Benavidez, I believe, respects his opponent in Anthony Yarde, and that's why he trains so hard. But he doesn't have the type of respect for him where he's not going to fight his fight. Benavidez has had it the hard way from the very beginning because he was an obese kid at one time. So you couldn't put him in the ring with regular sized kids. He always had to box grown men. So he was always at some type of disadvantage, which made him meaner and meaner over the years. That's why I think Benavidez prosper in these type of situations where we call a guy dangerous, but to him, it's another day in the park because I've been boxing grown men since I was a child. And those grown men have been having to punch on Benavidez, not punch on as in beat him up, but punch him back. Because even though he was a kid, he was a very big kid and always been mean. So he knows what it's like to be in there, and he knows what it's like to overcome the strength of a grown man, you know what I'm saying? And be put under pressure. He knows what it's like. He was working with world champions 13, 14 years old. So this is not a regular guy we talking about. This guy has a lot of experience in the ring. Now, we've seen Yarde in there with guys like Better BF, right? And I'm going to be totally honest. He hurt Better BF to the body if you go back and watch that fight. I believe it was around the 5th or 6th round. I'm not 100% accurate right now I would have to watch the fight again, but I believe it was around the 5th or 6th round. I believe if Anthony Yarde is going to do well with Benavidez, it's going to have to happen from the body work early on. It's going to have to happen to the body because I feel like that's what guys don't do to Benavidez. What happens to guys when you fight a Benavidez picks the pace right away. He lets you know that we're going to be fighting at a high pace. This is not a game. I mean, this is not a fight where I'm going to be taking my time and trying to figure you out. I don't have time to figure you out. That's Benavidez style. I don't have time to figure you out. You got to figure me out. I'm going to put pressure on you. I'm going to be bombing this jab and bombing this right hand. And when I get your feet to slow down a little bit, I'm going to be letting these combinations go. I'm going to be turning these uppercuts and these hooks. And I'm going to be going to your body. I think Anthony Yarde is going to have to go to Benavidez's body if he feels like he want to slow him down. If not, if you try to box him, stay on the back foot. I'm not saying Anthony Yarde can't do it. He can do it. But his body is too wide to get away from everything. His body mass is too wide to get away from everything. So some of those shots, they might chip away at the shoulder. Some of those shots might chip away at the hip. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to get touched. I think Anthony Yarde is going to have to be putting that jab in Benavidez's chest to try to keep him off balance. Basically the stab, working on the stab. Sitting down, pushing off that back leg, stepping into that stab. And really, try to stop Benavidez in his tracks. If he can't stop him in his tracks, it will be hell to pay. You know what I mean? Now, could he knock him out? Could Yarde knock out Benavidez? I believe any man could be knocked out. The problem is we haven't seen David Benavidez knocked out, but we have seen Anthony Yarde stop. We have seen him stop before. So we know that there's openings. We know that there's openings. You know what I'm saying? That's where the confidence comes from for a guy like Benavidez. Big. I know you can punch, but do you like his pressure? Record shows no. He doesn't like the pressure. That's going to be the key thing to watch for me from Anthony Yarde. The body language. Will he look like a guy that wants to be in there with a David Benavidez? Will he be comfortable enough to stay composed and not let his heart rate get too high to where he doesn't know what to do? Does he have his survival tactics intact like a Bernard Hopkins? You know what I'm saying? Is he that crafty? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. He may have something there, but he's going to have to be crafty with a Benavidez because Benavidez to me is one of those guys that's going to get better every fight. Now, here's why I really think David Benavidez is going to be bringing the pressure because he hasn't had a knockout at 175 just yet. He doesn't know what it's like to really taste blood at 175. He's bit a couple guys. David Benavidez has definitely bit a couple guys, but I don't think he cracked his skin and got to taste the blood. You know what I mean? Appreciate the love and support. Oh, shit, I didn't even see that. Sent the mystery gift. All right, how'd that work? Hey, Bang, what type of shit? Hey, Bang, I appreciate the love and support. Hit me with a mystery gift. I don't know what it is. But it may be nice. I don't know. Let's hope for nice. Bang, appreciate the love and support. David Benavidez, he knows he has a guy where if I push him, I'll get the knockout. He hasn't been getting the knockouts at 175, so I think he's bloodthirsty. I think he need that to really define who he is at 175 pounds. Now, if Anthony Yarde was to not only get the victory, but be impressive, he'll be putting 175 on notice and letting them know that he's still alive and well. You know what I mean? This is a great fight. Two big guys, two big punchers. One very athletic, the other high volume. You're getting a very high volume. You know what I'm saying? And I think if Yarde is going to make something happen, again, he got to go to the body early. Got to get to the body early. If not, you're going to have a hard time. Because Benavidez is on 110 at all times. Wonderful fight. This is the main event of the night in Saudi, November 22nd, 2025. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Stacked card. You know what I mean? And this is the main event. Benavidez, yes, we've seen him down. And does Yarde have the type of power that can put you down? Yes. But I feel like Yarde will have to be letting his hands go. He can't try to be too mechanical. He can't try to be too scientific in the ring. Let your hands go. Let your hands go. If not, you will be mauled simply because this guy, Benavidez, is looking to make a statement. He's looking to make a statement because he's hearing the whispers where they saying, well, is he really the monster at 175? We haven't been seeing him stop anybody at 175. I don't think the punch is carried over. And guess what? I think the punch is there. I think you just dealing with bigger guys. So you got to put a little more on them. You know what I mean? Yeah, that might be one of the best fight cards of the year. You're right. It might be. It might be. But there's some key fights on here. You know what I mean? Appreciate the love and support, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I like the way that David Benavidez is moving up the totem pole. He didn't rush right into the biggest fights at 175, but he stepped in with some big names, some good fighters at 175. And what we've seen with the Gvozdyk fight is we've seen he could be in there with a veteran and handle himself. Did he get ahead of himself sometimes in that fight? He did, but he handled himself. With the David Morrell fight, he showed he could be in there with his equal, a guy that's young like him, a guy that's looked at as, you know, a world-class prospect where he's a world-class contender and outwork him. So that let us know, yeah, the Gvozdyk fight let us know he could think with the top class, and the Morrell fight let us know he could work with the top class. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Anthony Yarde is that dog that won't go away. He got too much ability. Good boxing skills. But I don't think he's always built for the long haul. The reason I feel like that, I kind of feel like in training, he's not pushing himself to the max. And when I say that, I mean far as competition in the gym. Who is he sparring with? Who's helping him get ready? Are they really trying to, you know, put pressure on him the same way David Benavidez is? If not, it's all going to feel brand new in there. It's going to feel like an experience he's never been through before. Even though he's been in there with Benavidez, and Benavidez is top tier when it comes to the pressure. The thing is, it's not at the same rate. When some people hear, well, if he's been in there with Benavidez, you know, is for sure a knockout artist, very strong, very physical. Then how do you think Benavidez is going to be just as physical? Benavidez is a little taller. I think Benavidez stand about 6'3.5". With that long arms, at the same time, high punch rate at a good speed. May not be the biggest puncher, but like I said, as those punches pile up and you start to break down, the more damage will be done. You cannot stand in front of a David Benavidez. If you do, you got to be looking to counter right away, or either make sure you moving your head and you got your hands up. He's a guy that will make you pay. And he doesn't mind getting on the inside, making it a dirty fight, a rough fight. I love this fight. It's a beautiful main event. Anthony Yarde just got to bring something to the table or he will get ran over. That's just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I could be wrong, but it will also be nice if y'all was to hit that like button, if y'all was to subscribe. This is GHB TV, fresh off the wax paper. Fuck with me. I'm here to talk boxing. I love this fight. I am picking David Benavidez to stop Anthony Yarde within 6 rounds. Could I be wrong? Yes, I could be wrong. Yes, I could be wrong. But this is just my hypothesis. You know what I'm saying? This is just how I feel. I could be wrong. Don't base your pick on my pick. Think about it. Go back and watch some tape. I challenge, my folks, my fam, to go ahead and watch some tape. Tell me what you think in the comments. I think this is a great fight. Great test for both fighters. We trying to see if Anthony Yarde still got anything in the tank. And we also trying to see if he can hold on to it. David Benavidez, we trying to see, can he really hold up at the light heavyweight division? Can he take a shot from a real light heavyweight? A big shot. Can he push Anthony Yarde to the limits, that would make him quit in the ring? Or will he just punish him? Or will Anthony Yarde be athletic enough to set up David Benavidez for some great counter shots and some great body work? I told y'all again. I'm gonna tell y'all again. If you scroll back, like I said in the beginning, I think if Anthony Yarde is going to make a difference in this fight, if he's really going to take over, he's going to have to go to the body very early. You gotta slow David Benavidez down. If you don't slow him down, you're in for trouble. You hear me? Hey, Scotty, you hear me? GHB TV. Appreciate the love and support, man. GregieCash is the preferred method. If you would like to donate to the channel, you don't have to. This is not a situation where you have to. You know what I'm saying? But if you would like to, GregieCash on Cash App. GREGIE Cash. Appreciate the love and support. We are here as a family. We just want to talk boxing. We don't want no trouble. But if the trouble is brought our way, we have to handle it accordingly. You feel me? We have to defend ourselves. I like this fight, but Anthony Yarde has to bring all of the tools and has to be willing to use all of the tools. Don't just bring them. Don't just bring them and then leave them and act like you don't have them. Don't leave them in the locker room. We need them with you in the fight. That at the same time, David Benavidez has to show us how much of a threat he is at the light heavyweight division. Could it be all a dream? Could it be a fluke? Could it be a bust? I don't think so. Not at all. Some people tried to say he is at 175. I don't think so. I feel like he's just getting started. And I could tell he putting that pain in. It's going to be a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. November 22nd, Saudi. Let's get it. Welcome to GHB. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Right next to the subscribe button is the alert button. Make sure you hit that so that when we go live or when we post a video, you will be the first to know or even within the top 10. And all we really ask is for you to hit the like button. Sundays after the fight, you know what it is. Sunday dinner, and then followed by Sunday dinner is the smoke show. For sure. I believe this week we will be in Houston for Sunday dinner. That will be held on Fighting Words with Bang YouTube channel. Fighting Words with Bang. Fighting Words with a Z. Make sure you subscribe. Immediately after Smoke Show in Philadelphia, we got a little jet. Me and Bang went half on the jet, and we go half on the fuel. You know what I mean? So anybody that need a ride to Philly from Houston, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you at the airport immediately after Sunday dinner. We're going to cook. We're going to cook. We got some great topics. We got some great fights. Let's get it. I can't wait. Hell of a main event. Hell of a card. I'm Greg Hackett. Welcome to GHB TV. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you. Get with me. That was my breakdown on David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. Let me know what you think in the comments. We love the love. Let's make boxing great again.